Busch Gardens Tampa, and Tampa, Florida is one of the best amusement parks in the entire world, boasting over 10 roller coasters and one of the best in the world in Iron Quasi. Well, how do the coasters rank up? In today's video, I'm going to let you know my ranking from worst to best, every roller coaster at Busch Gardens Tampa. Before we get started, I want to introduce myself if you're here for the first time. I'm Austin from Park Hoppers Productions, and I talk about theme parks way too much, so that's why I made this channel. So join me down in the comments down below, and let me know your top 3, top 5, or all 10 roller coasters rank at Busch Gardens Tampa. And 2 special announcements before we get started. 1, We the Coasters, my buddies over there at their YouTube channel, they just hit 1,000 YouTube subscribers, so go over to the channel and check them out if you haven't, and just congratulations. And I want to say thank you guys so much for over 350 subscribers. We're almost to 400, and hopefully we can get there by the end of February. So thank you guys so much. We're putting out this video as a top 10 because it's an easy video to put out this week because we have the Cedar Point Winter Chill Out. Over the weekend, we'll be traveling out of state too. And a special incentive on this video, if this video gets over 5,000 views and you are a commenter, one of the commenters will have a chance and you can win a Made to Thrill poster of your choosing. So make sure you leave a comment down below, even if it's just your rankings or your favorite roller coaster, Busch Gardens Tampa. That will put you in the raffle, and if we get over that view mark, one of the lucky people will win a poster. So without further ado, let's get into the rankings of every Busch Gardens roller coaster from worst to best, 10 to 1. At number 10, we have the Junior Coaster in Air Grover. This roller coaster is a great starter roller coaster for the kids, but it is the lowest one in the park. Just because it's a kids coaster doesn't mean it's bad, and like I said, it's a great starter coaster, so for the kids, get on this for your first one. At the number 9 spot, we have Scorpion. The Squirts-Off Looper is one of the few remaining left in the world, and it's a decent roller coaster for its lineup, but it definitely doesn't deserve a spot at Busch Gardens Tampa, and I would like it to see be replaced in a few years. It's not a bad coaster by any means. I don't think any roller coaster at Busch Gardens Tampa is necessarily bad, but this roller coaster just doesn't shine as good as the other ones at the park. At the number 8 spot, we have Cobra's Curse, which I hate to put in this spot, but like I said, no ride is bad at this park by any means because their Wild Mouse did get removed, so there's no bad coaster here, and I really did enjoy this mock spinner. From the moments you're going forwards on this ride to the spinning to the backwards sections, I really did enjoy the theming, the queue line, and everything about this ride, and the forces were actually pretty good on the turnarounds when you are spinning. But like I said, other coasters are just so much more better at Busch Gardens Tampa. At the number 7 spot, we have Phoenix Rising. This B&M Invert family coaster has not even been built yet, but this is where I'm going to speculate it's going to be, and then when I ride this next year, I will give you guys an updated ranking where I think it did land. The layout doesn't look anything inspiring, but it's a B&M coaster. They're going to be reliable, it's going to be smooth, and it's going to be a good stepping stone for the junior thrill seekers and provide a little bit of thrills for us bigger thrill seekers. At the number 6 spot, we have Tigress. This premier Skyrocket 2 roller coaster is a great ride with the forward and backwards launches that are pretty punchy and the good hang time you get on this, but other than that, it's kind of just a one-trick pony, and that's why it lands at the 6th spot, kind of behind the pack at any other roller coaster at the park. I appreciate the launches for what they are, the forwards and backwards, and the elements you get with the hang time and the inversions, but other than that, it's not really too special, and I just wish the Skyrocket 2s were never made. Okay, the number 5 spot, I have a controversial pick. I got Shikura. I've never been a big fan of these dive coasters, but this is by far the best dive coaster I've been on. Every element hits well in this park. You get a good, beautiful view of the entire park when you go on it, when you circle down, and then take that 90-degree drop down. And of course, the splashdown is one of the best elements on the ride. I do enjoy the drop. You get a good pop of airtime if you're in the back row, but like I said, these are kind of just one-trick ponies as well, and I've never just been a big fan of dive coasters, and that's why it's the number 5 spot on this list at the park. At the number 4 spot, we have Kuma. This is kind of a hit or miss ride, and it's usually a hate it or you love it type of ride, and I'm leaning more towards I love it. I would love to hear your thoughts on Kuma down below because I think some people, like I said, it's either hate or love, and some people said it's very rough, but the 2 or 3 rides I got on this were very smooth and very forceful. I got a front, middle, and back row on this ride, and I think that every row hits just tremendously well on this ride, and the best element by far is that 0G roll. In the number 3 spot, I have Cheetah Hunt. This Intamin Blitz, I love this roller coaster. It's great scenery. The only time I did ride it, the water was not on, so it added a little bit to it, but the elements are very punchy. You get to really have a ride across the zoo, and you get some amazing views. It may not be the fastest coaster, but the launches are pretty punchy, and I enjoy them for what they are, and it's a great, like I said, it's a great time just soaring over the rest of the park, seeing the animals, and then that one inversion really does have a good element. Number 2 has to be Manu, my second favorite B&M invert. I love this roller coaster. Every element, every inversion just hits so well in this ride. Every element from the Intelman, the zero G roll, the Batwing, the corkscrew, everything really just hits perfectly in this ride. It's a good mixture between smoothness and intensity, and B&M just created a masterpiece with this, but it's the second best B&M invert. In the number 1 spot, to nobody's surprise, is Iron Quasi. This RMC masterpiece is the best RMC creation they have ever created. The best first drop on an RMC coaster goes to this ride. The best element on an RMC coaster and the best element on any coaster goes to this ride in the death roll. Unlike its counterpart that they compare to with Steel Vengeance, this ride just doesn't let up. It's not repetitive, and every element just tremendously throws you out of your seat and just provides one of the best experiences I've ever had on a roller coaster. There's not a dull spot on this ride, and I didn't even get a lot of rides on it. I only have like 4 or 5 rides on it, but I think it is one of the best roller coasters in the entire world. It's definitely in my top 5 if you want to check that video out, but Iron Quasi is a masterpiece of a roller coaster. That was my ranking of every roller coaster at Busch Gardens Tampa. Make sure you watch more of my videos because YouTube likes when you do that. So here's some videos on the screen for you to watch, and have a great day. I'm Austin. Ride out.